Okay guys, I wanted to do another update with the E3600LFP, and as you can see I have Bluetti wires going everywhere. It's called Bluetti spaghetti. We actually coined that term, Bluetti spaghetti. This is when you hook a million cables up to an AC500 to run everything in the world, and then you have cables everywhere. So let me put this up here. I just want to show you one really sad thing, guys. It's sad but good. Not with the system. The system so far has been fantastic. I mean, unbelievable. It's charging right now, as you can see, no problems. It's bringing in 1263 watts here, and I have two extra strings that I'm trying. That's 412 watts on this one, and that one only has 34 because it's in the shade right now, and those are running into the batteries. Now remember, the E1500LFP was able to distinguish not through the power meter itself, actual power coming in, but the power meter as in where is it? Boy, this is all new to me. Let me switch to the easy one here. Let me see, I gotta remember how to do it here, guys. Okay, simple mode. Okay, so this meter will understand that if you're going through the batteries, which means you could have about 400 watts times 4 through the batteries, and then that feeds into the system, kind of back feeds behind the meter, but the power meter understands it. So that's cool. It's been working perfectly all day. Let me get out of this here. Now I want to show you what's kind of sad. So down there on the floor we have the E1500LFP. It doesn't have any batteries anymore because I took the two batteries for that system and I put it on the new E3600LFP. That is a monster. Look at the size difference. That is a monster system, guys, and that's going to have two more batteries with it. I only wish that you could have like 10 or 20 batteries or 100 batteries. That'd be awesome. So this one I'm going to use for my mobile days where, you know, we have outdoor events, family reunions, things like that. So that's going to be used for outdoor, like if you want to go fishing or picnic table or camping, we're going to use that one. Now this one, this is the saddest thing I've seen in 2 years. This system, let me turn it on, prove everybody it still works fine. This has been running non-stop in this workshop for almost 2 solid years, and I mean cycled every single day for 2 years, sometimes twice a day, because for a month or two we were doing super heavy testing with it where we'd cycle it twice a day, which takes a long time, like 20 hours to do that, you know, because you get the energy in there and then get it out and then get it in there and then get it out. But yeah, that's this system still to this day we're gonna utilize this. This is gonna go in the RV, so we're gonna have 8,000 watt hours of power in the RV for outdoor adventures, and then we're gonna have that with us, so that way you have the E1500LFP for outdoor mobile. So you could take that with you, put it on maybe a bike trailer or something like that, or on the electric bike, and you know, you carry it to a picnic table or something that you can utilize it that way or so. It's kind of big for that, but that was my intentions, is to have this originally as a mobile device and have the E3600 run the entire workshop, which I've only got 9,000 watt hours on that system. I have the other two batteries coming. That's why there's a space right here. I have to get another doily. That's our joke. I have to get another dolly. I'll have 5 dollies here. That system full out is about 360 pounds, guys. So once you got it set up somewhere, don't expect to move it too much. But if you have to, you could always take it apart piece by piece and move it to room or to location to location, one piece at a time. 60 pounds, 60 pounds, 60 pounds, 60 pounds, 80 pounds, and you're done. And you know, everyone can usually carry that, or two people can easily carry any one of those pieces to a new, and then you just put the cables right back up and you're back up with a 15,000 watt system. That's mental awesome. I can't even explain, but this one still works fine, guys. So that's going to go in the RV, that's going to go in the mobile. Let me turn this bad boy off here. And I just want to show you guys an update for the channel here, as well as the E3600LFP. So we have the AFERY P210 down there, the Oukitel P2001, another one of those, and the Oupes Mega 2 down there. That was really good for outdoor shows. And then we have the EV3A, and this is the R600 by Allpowers. This is the VTOMAN 600X. It's the Jump 600X, Mylon 640. This is the Pecron E600LFP. This is the AC70. This is the AC2A. This is the TIMEUSB G300, the Energizer PPS W01. That's an old one. This one we don't use much anymore. I love the bunny guy too. That's the sad thing. Still works fine, as I can show you here. Everything still works good. 100% sitting there. It's kind of just more of a trophy now, you know, because we have so many small ones that this one gets utilized the least. great features. It's just we don't, for some reason we like the other ones better. The E3600 LFP by Pecron, and the another AC2A, because my wife liked mine so much that she had to get her own. So we have two of those. So this is a huge wall, guys. It's approximately 40 with the two batteries when it's done. Hopefully this week we'll get them. That's about 40,000 watt hours of power. So now we're getting into the you know, maybe 50% of our goal. We'd like to utilize and get and collect 100,000 watt hours, and that way we can run this shop for an entire month, possibly off grid if you ever had to. And I thought, what an awesome backup plan. So the reason I want to show you guys this update is let me do some adjusting with the legs here. Okay, give me a second here. And then I just have some wires running out the window right now, just so we can have a little bit of let me put this down. Sorry about this, guys. I should have had this set up, but I didn't know I was gonna talk about the entire room here. This is the other side of the shop, and solar power, I guarantee you guys, if you're new at solar power, it will overtake your life. It's not a joke. It's not a overstatement. It will literally take up your entire life. I mean, every part of your room, you'll move stuff just so you can have new systems. But what I want to show you today, guys, is I want to show you the app feature. Well, not the app. I don't like Pecron's app. I kind of never did. We never really utilized it. But I want to show you something really cool, because for those who don't like the app until they get it better upgraded and better updates to it, everything on the app is right in here, and down to the number, your model number, all the specs, everything. And I'm going to walk through with you guys. I'm going to put this real close here and hopefully walk through with this. Hopefully you guys can see it. Hopefully it's not there we go. I'll leave it like that because I think you can see it better. Hopefully it's not blurry. Okay, so we're going to go through step by step. First I'll explain what I'm doing here. As I said, I'm pulling in 400 watts to the first battery, and then only 40 watts to the second one because of the shade. That'll go back up to 400 once the tree gets out of the way. And then this one is 80 volts of 2 REC panels, and this is the same, 2 REC 400 watt panels. So 800 watts, 800 watts. And you can see we're getting in a total of 12. Okay, I'll let it go dark again. Hopefully it'll dark out. Well, hopefully it's not blurry, guys. Now the host, one thing I wanted to test right away is Bluetti always, Pecron always says you should charge them to 100% and then link them together. I did not do that, and the reason I didn't do that is because most people had the most problems with the original one by just buying them, slamming them together and charging them. So I tried that. I wanted to see if that would hurt the system at all. So the original is 84. Matter of fact, hold on, let me see if I can turn down. Let me do some system settings here, guys. Then I'll walk you through this here. Screen touch, automatic dimming. Okay, we'll take that off. And then screen brightness, let's put it down to let's see, I think, is that good? What do you guys think? There, one more up. Let's try there. Okay, let's try there. So that way I don't have to mess with it all the time. And then that's your home screen. So we have 1256 watts coming in through the main two channels. Okay, and I was able to distinguish that, you know, that one cable that has the two of these where you can run it in parallel and you can actually change it in the system. So you don't have to use the second one. You just kind of bend it and put it out of the way safely. And that's what we've been doing anyway. 1269. I wish it had two standalones, but it is what it is. Maybe I'll buy a second one with XT60 and a standalone. So almost 1300 watts in the main system. The host also, the thing that they resolved too is the E3600LFP used to have in the app that the battery for the main system, here, let me see if I can back up just a tad. The battery for the main system was actually, let me take this down here. Redoing everything here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the battery in the main system of the 1500 LFP was actually known as zero, battery zero, or number one. Technically it's battery zero, as in the home battery, and then it would be number one and number two. Now I changed the batteries numbers to this is number zero now, because in the system, I'll show you in a minute, that this battery now, they corrected that mistake or that option. And this shows up in the app. This is basically the app as the host battery, not 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. So when, let me get the piece of paper real quick here, guys. Okay, so when they give you these, guys, remember it says battery, extra battery 0, 1, 2, 3, and we were saying in the other video that why isn't it 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that would be the host, because battery 0 is actually the first battery, so it's one behind in the numbering. So you know, kind of make note of that when you first get your system, if you're going to max it out like we did. I mean, that was that's a lot of power, 15,000 watt hours. That's our biggest system to date, probably for a while. But this is host, this is battery 0, and then that is battery 1, and then that would be battery 2 underneath that one, and then battery 3 underneath that one. So what we're going to do is we're going to hopefully within this week have those 2 batteries here, so we can, you know, really check the system out. So what I've been noticing is the system is balancing. So notice that the host, the main battery up here, if I could bring this back a little bit, guys. The main battery up here is at 85%. Now the batteries, the EB3000s, are at 72%. And notice that on this little screen right here, it says 72 and 72. It also has the temperature of each individual battery. You want to talk about an upgrade? This system has monster upgrades. This is the absolute, hands down, best system that that Pecron sells, period. I have every one they've ever released except the E3600LFP, and then the E3000 back. I don't have any of those, but I have every recent system that they made and sold except the E500, and I can tell you I like them all, but this is a monster system. Now this is overkill for a lot of people. People don't need 15,000 watt hours. They might want 600 or 300 or 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. This is a big system. So, and you can use the system by itself if you wanted to with the 3,072 watt hour battery, and just use this and then get a bigger inverter out of here and then hook it to your RV for the Nano TT. So like, you can utilize these a lot of ways, but as far as options, this is the only thing it's missing is a light. I like lights on power stations, and I noticed that Bluetti, I keep saying Bluetti, I'm sorry, Pecron, I was just on their stream, so I noticed that Pecron does not like to do lights. It's so weird. Only their E300LFP has a light on it. I like lights for emergency. I think it's awesome to have, and it's a necessity for sure. So notice that as we talk, this 85% for the host, 72 and 73, see that went up 1% now. So what they're doing, oh, see, that went up to 86. So once they get full, the energy coming in from any direction is going to flow into the whole battery pack as a whole and balance the cells. That's what's good about the BMS and the MPPT controllers. There's 3 of them inside here, and then there's 1 in each battery. So 3, 4, 5, 6, you have 7 MPPT controllers and probably 7 BMS systems inside there controlling all that. Talk about a nightmare. But it's all done for you. That's cool. All right, so we're going to go through the screen, and this will be a longer video, guys, because there is that many options in here. I don't know what this little battery plus means up here. I haven't found it yet. It doesn't do anything, but it's just a little battery plus. Maybe it means that you have batteries hooked in. I don't know. It's been there since I got it. So the host 86, and it's almost 89.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Battery number 0 is 95 degrees at 73. Now notice this is at 73, so they all went up 1%, and then once it gets to the top, it'll balance them out. So battery number 2 and 3, which is technically 3 and 4, it's weird that they label them that. It should be 1, 2, 3, 4 in my opinion, but that you know, who am I? It shows that they're disconnected because we don't have them yet. So as soon as we have those, it's going to be awesome. Now, here's a big thing, guys. You have 6 numbers on each battery. Do not pick 5 or 6. And the reason for that is because they don't show up on here if you select number 5 or 6 on the battery. You know, for that little number serial picker thingy. So don't pick number 5 or 6, otherwise you won't access it and you'll be wasting your time. So you don't want to do that. Okay, this little in thing with the arrow, that means energy is coming in, and that's 1,250 watts of solar, as you can see. And then underneath that, if I plug in the AC, you will see the AC kick on. If you guys want, oh, I don't have a, darn, I wish I had an outlet long enough. I don't, otherwise I'd plug it in the AC as well. Darn, I wish you know what, hold on, let me, I'm sure I can figure out something. We have like a million power wattages here. Let's see, power watt hours. I'm going to plug this in. It's going to be in the E3600LFP, and I'm going to use that as a simulated grid. So I'm going to plug this in. These are the special cables here that you have to have their cables. Let's see here. I would have liked a standard charging one. This one's kind of hard to get into because you got to line it up perfect. So don't just smash it in there, and then you'll hear it click when it locks. Okay, so as you see, I'm gonna go over here. Now that turned on, okay, the AC turned on, and I have it set to the slowest charging, which if you look at it, it's only bringing in 482 watts of AC. So we're gonna let that go, and I have 39% on my other battery there, so that's fine. We can run that for a while, and then those are there just for testing purposes. That's not safe to leave them on the wall like that. So 474 watts coming in from the E3600LFP. Let me let's see here if I can turn this here. There we go. Okay, so that one's coming in at 474 watts. And remember, I have it turned all the way down to 10%, which is weird because that's not 10%. It should be 160 at 10%, but it doesn't go below that when you hook it to another system for some reason. When you hook it to the wall, it actually comes in about 300 or 284. So it's lower, but still it's not 10%. So I don't know if the calculation is off a little bit. Okay, then so now you have the solar coming in here, and you have the AC coming in here. So that's neat that you can see them separate at the same time. Now this is also the date, and this is the time. I love it. I love military time. The nice thing about that is you never mistake where it's 2 in the afternoon at 2 at night. That's why they came up with military time. This is how many hours until the system is full. And notice that we're bringing in, let's see, that's, holy crap, 1,750 watts in the main system. And then remember, over here, we're also bringing in 400 watts and 40. So about, let's say 400, 410 and 50. So 450 plus 17, so that's well over 2,000 watts I'm pushing in. This is the first time I'm charging it as well, so I could be bringing in more through the AC by changing the charging ratio, which what I'll do is I'll show you real quick, input output, and then you see your charging speed, and you could bump that up. So if you put it up to like 50%, watch what happens, guys. See, that just bumped up. Look at that now. Look at that. Is that crazy? 1,100. So you got 1,200 watts coming out of the E3600LFP about, and then 1,240 solar, and you still have the 450 coming in over here. This is a monster system, guys. I cannot say that enough. This is the biggest system we've ever had and the most powerful system we've ever had to date. So obviously the fans are kicking on. We're putting in 23, 27, almost 2,800 watts in the system right now. That's crazy, guys. That's crazy. You know what? Here, let's max it out while it's on video here, and that way, if you see a problem, you see it in real time. Where was I? Boy, I screwed up here. Input, output, 50. I'm still learning the buttons, guys. Now let's put it to 100. Okay, 100%. Now watch this, guys. Watch this. Is this mental or what? So here you have. Look at that, guys. 2,000 watts. 1,900, 1,800. Okay, it's balancing. So right there you see 3,000 watts of power going into this system. That's crazy. 3,000. Don't forget about the 450 over here. That's no slouch either. So I have 3,500 watts of power going into the system right now. That is absolutely crazy to me, that a little box like this can bring in that kind of power. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that down a little. Well, you know what, heck it, I'll leave it on. Let's just let it go. This is the output. We're using 100, let's say 200 watts in the shop right now, and then this other one, if you turn the DC on, you'll see that this turns on. See this little, that's the DC. So you have watts in, watts out, I'm sorry, watts in for solar, watts in for AC, DC out, and AC out. See the little pure sine wave? So that's cool. Now this doesn't do anything when you click this, but there's hidden buttons inside all these, usually the ones with the little arrows. Now this is where it gets really cool, guys. Really cool. Well, actually, before I get into all the technical stuff that you should take some notes on, I want to show you one quick one. If you hit the menu and click the simple mode, that's cool because that's a simplified version of it. Your output is 180, your input is, see, 3,000. That's crazy, guys. 3,000 plus the 450 over here. The time, the DC on, the AC on, this is your back button, and this is your total over all of your systems, 79%. That's going to charge very quickly now. Remember, this is 9 kilowatt system, and it will be soon 15. So that's everything, and then it has the date and time right there. Actually, it has the date. I don't see the time. Oh my gosh, I'm blind. Right there's the time. Okay, so 1:27 in the afternoon here. So we go back. Now I want to show you one other cool thing is on the switch. If you hit this, you remember how you used to hit this and then it would change from voltage to wattage and all that stuff? That doesn't do anything anymore, and I'm glad that they got rid of that because it got a lot of people confused of the system. So if you hit the switch, watch what happens to this stack. See that? So that's the main system setup. 80% on the battery. Notice it went up 1% that quick, guys. Bringing 3,000 watts. That's crazy. And then you have 54.6 volts and 89.6 Fahrenheit. You can change that, and also it thinks it has UPS because it's coming from the E3600LFP down there. So that's cool. I like this one. We can actually see the battery packs. I like it better. You can have either or if you want. I do like this one because you get to see each battery pack individual. Now, this is where it gets technical. This is really cool. If you click on the solar, the input, okay, click on that, notice that the entire screen goes crazy into a whole nother thing. You have your voltage DC. Now this right now we're selected under DC input, so we're getting 0 on this one. We're getting 636 watts at 10 amps at 60 volts on this string. On this string we're getting 61.6 10 amps, 622 on this string, so that's 1200 and some, about 1250 watts right there. This is your charging board temperature, so it actually knows the board temperature inside the machine, not the battery pack, but the actual charging board that's on top of the battery pack. That's cool because if you had a problem, you'd see this number go up crazy high. This is your total power coming in, 1259 of, remember, just the DC. So you click over here, now you have AC input. We're bringing in 1800 watts approximately at 118.6 volts. That goes up and down. See, 118.8. This is the 15 amp charging cable that's connected. So if you did have the 30 amp, it would change this and put a 30 amp. Pecron did a fantastic job with this. I call it an app. It is absolutely fantastic. This is the temperature of the inverter, 123.8. That's hot, guys, but remember, we're bringing in 1800 watts. It's going to get hot. And then here's AC charging speed, 100%. So if you click on that, oh, you can't do it this way, you can change that and drop that down, remember, you know, from 10% all the way to 100. And then here's your DC output, which we're not using, we're not utilizing anything, but it would show up here. And notice that it's a regulated port, so 13.4. It shows you everything. It shows you the temperature of the DC middle temperature, which is the board on there, is 109.4. It's hot because it's hot inside there. The fans are doing a good job of cooling it down. What's nice is the fans are on the low side over here, and then they bring the air up high and out, because you want to have the vents up high, not in the middle like on the older systems, because the older systems, that heat would get stuck up in this area here, and now it's able to bring this, because the fans are really far up here by the handle. It's so much easier to get that heat out of there. So another one, AC input. So we're with the AC input, I'm sorry, AC output. We're using 172 watts in the shop. Notice that this power meter is not even touched yet. This could go to 3600 watts, and apparently 7200 surge. I haven't tested that yet. That's a lot. I don't think I have anything that powerful here. Output voltage 119, so you have here's your frequency, 60 hertz, that's pure sine wave, and then you have inverter temperature 123.8, and the AC's on. So you can also turn, as as I just did, which Mrs. Rambling Bob was watching something over there, and I just reset her whole system. But that is all in these buttons, guys. You want to talk about who needs apps anymore? I don't. I never liked apps unless they were straight Bluetooth. But being that they put every single option on the machine where you don't have to mess with your phone, you don't have to give up your password or your email and sign in name, all this, I don't like. I never liked that. I've talked about that for months on this channel. I like just to use the product and be left alone. I like that. I'm old-fashioned. So you go back home here. Now that was just on that one, so those are like shortcuts. So if you click here, that would obviously go right to the AC, see? And then that would go to the AC input. Okay, now here's the cool thing, guys. Watch this. So on each of these little batteries here, the host 0, 1, which I call 1, 2, 3, and 4, if you click on those, they don't do anything, right? But if you click on the actual battery thing, now we're going to get into the system menu, and this is where it can get a little daunting at first, but believe me, you'll catch on to it lickety-split, I promise. So if you hit the menu, we're going to go right in order. The battery health status. You want to talk about one of the best things that they added to this system, not to mention a lot of stuff, 90-degree cables, everything. This will tell you the health of your battery cells in each pack. Guys, there's 16 battery packs in each system, and they're wired in a certain way to bring out 48 volts. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8. That's 16. Notice it says consistency. It's excellent. That means that they're all very close. They're topped off, and it can check. That's the host. This is battery number 1, what they call 0. Look, excellent. It literally checks every cell, not the whole battery pack, but every single cell in each battery pack. That's awesome, guys. You're looking at, what is that? That's 16, 32, is that 48? That's 48 battery packs in this system, and there's soon to be 60, is that 72 flipping battery packs all merged together into one monster system when I get this one and this one. Because here's battery number 2, which is battery number 1. They're always one number behind, remember. Excellent. And remember, these are the batteries I've used for 2 years. That shows awesome resilience for the battery packs inside the E3600LFP system, because remember, these batteries, guys, were the batteries from the E3600LFP. That little guy right there, he's charging. See, my power's going down pretty quick because I'm charging pretty heavy on this bad boy. But that's really cool, guys. Really cool. This tells you, like a doctor, it's a health checkup. That's cool. If you had a problem with one cell, you know, hey, take that battery out, figure out what the problem is, send it back to Pecron, do whatever, fix it, and then put it back to the system, where you don't make the mistake of putting a bad battery in there and then it possibly messing up something else. Unbelievable. That is worth its weight in gold, honestly. Now we're going to go to the next one, which is the input output settings. Now you get 5 settings, which are very important. This is the battery level at which the AC charging is plugged into USB, so you can stop it when it's up to a certain level. That's cool. You can control your charging. You could never do this on any Pecron system, only on the bigger Bluetti ones that you could charge, control the charging and discharging, which I'll show you shortly. You could do both. This is a UPS, so it won't exceed a certain set value. So basically you could at 90% it won't pull anything from the wall, or at 50% it won't pull anything from the wall from UPS. That's cool. So you could set it to use just solar, after like maybe put 20% in there from the wall and everything else from the sun. That's fantastic. I wish I had that in other systems. I leave that on full. The charging speed, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to knock that down, guys, because I'm going to go down to 10%, because the AC I'm sorry, the E3600LFP is down to 15% already, and I don't want to get it any lower than that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this system off. Let me turn this off real quick here, guys. Okay, let me pull this out. And then remember, you have to twist this. When you undo this, you have to twist that, okay? So don't just rip that out of there. You have to, you know, properly take that out. Okay, so let me get back here. Okay, so far, guys, I am so I don't even know the word, impressed, I guess. Impressed with this system over the other ones. And I like the E2000, right? I like it. I still use it. It's sitting right there. I have the E1500. I like it. I use it. I'll still use it. Both of those. I have the E300 and all these systems are fine. But this thing is a monster in itself. So if you're looking for something that'll just control everything, this might be the answer. Who knows? Okay, so now your XTC charging port mode. This is cool. I don't mess with this, okay? This is where that weird cable comes in, this double cable. What you can do is you can put it in two independent MPPT controllers. That's how I like it. Or you can parallel them together and bring in a monster system. I don't want to do that, guys. The array would have to be really big. I'd rather have two separate arrays because if you put all your eggs in one basket, I don't like that. I put one array 800 watts, one 800 watts. If something happens to either array, I still have the other one as backup. I like backup plans. So I leave that alone. I don't. And then here's the question mark where if you click on that, it'll explain what it does. That's cool. There's a literal instruction manual per se in the system. That's so helpful, guys, for people who will see this and go, well, what the hell does that mean? What does this mean? Holy crap, Zill. And then it'll explain it to you in proper English too. I've noticed that these are written very well. I'll give you a prime example. In independent mode, using an XT60 MC4 solar charging cable, the two XT60s charging ports are completely independent. Notice how that was proper English, guys. Much better than the older Chinese translation instruction manual. So this really helps a lot of people out with this, us included. So now this is the big one, guys. Right here says discharge and charge restrictions. This is fantastic. If you want to control the power of your charge, I can click right now and drop it, and when this whole system reaches 90%, and if I click that down, you're done. It will stop charging. How cool is that? You could set it to 80 or 90, and then you can set your discharge to whatever you want. If you want it to only go down to 50% or 20 or 10, or you could go to 0. I have it set to 0 because I catch it all the time. I should probably have it set to 10, but I'm testing the system now. I'll probably end up with 90 and 10. That's usually pretty good. Most people say 20 and 80 to get the long life out of a battery. I'm going to be honest, I'm testing these things. I don't care. I want to push it to the limits and see what it can do to see if it's worth your money too. So I'm going to leave it at 100 and 0. But remember, that's cool because it'll only charge up to that amount or discharge to that amount, and then it'll shut down. That's cool. That's cool. First, that's a first for Pecron. Now the last one is something you should never touch. It's the frequency, the AC output voltage and frequency. If you click on that one, it'll basically go from 100 volts to 110 to 120 depending on where you are in the world or what you need. I like 120. If you do 110, you actually get a better battery capacity, but don't chase battery capacity because sometimes if that drops down too far, the voltage sag, it might hurt some of your sensitive equipment or medical equipment. So leave it on 120 unless you know what you're doing. And then your frequency, leave it at 60 hertz. If you're in the United States, leave it at 60 hertz. Don't mess with 50 hertz. 50 hertz causes the internals of circuit boards and things to heat up hotter because it has to have more power running through it. It's a long, detailed thing. Guys, if you don't know about it, just leave that one alone. So you do have access to many things that can really hurt the system. That's the only drawback. If you don't know what you're doing, ask questions, ask questions, ask questions, ask questions, ask questions. I can't say that enough, guys. Even me, I went through, I learned everything so far, and some of them I still, like the parallel thing, I don't know how that works. Makes it one super MPPT control. I have to learn that as well. So we're all still on a learning page here at Ramblin Bob Reviews. And I don't like the word professional. We are amateurs for life. That means we never stop learning. I think that's a good way to go through life is don't ever stop learning, because once you think you know it all, that's when problems start. Because then you get, a little cocky and arrogant. No, I can hook up 7,200 watts. Bzz, you burn out your batteries or something like that. So amateur for life. I like that. Okay, so That's just my opinion though. Okay, so battery health, input, output, and system settings. Now, when you go in the system settings, notice we did one already. It's 2 pages of these, so you got a pretty good, it's everything that's in the app. It's so awesome. Automatic dimmings. Now notice that this doesn't dim anymore because I turned that off because I want it to stay on while we do this review. Now you have eco mode, and that's basically you can shut it off in, you know, so many hours. I never use that, but you can just click it on, and then see right there, boom, 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 50%. So you can literally put it to eco mode if you so choose. Screen touch. So basically, if you hit this button, the screen touch turns off, and that you don't want to hit the button because you might not be able to turn it back on without the app. So be careful of that. I haven't tried that because I don't want to hook up the app yet. So be careful of the screen touch, okay? The Wi-Fi reset, very cut and dry now. It's right in front of your face, so you don't have to look for it and hold the buttons down and wait for the wireframe. None of that goofy stuff anymore. It's right there. If you want to reset your Wi-Fi because you sold the system or you want to hook a new phone to it, you hit the button, you hit yes, and then you're done. Awesome. So much simpler than the original one. Screen brightness, I think we went through already. I'm at 50%. Only for the video. I'll put it back to 100 soon. Let's see here. Let's go back here, and now that's page 1. So there's 5 options on page 1. Then you go over here, you have an up or down, so you can go see page 2 of 2. So you have the touch sound. Now touch sound is exactly what it sounds like. See? So do you want it to beep or you don't? I can't stand the touch sound, so I turn it off, and Miss Ramblin Bob dislikes it too. Here's your time setting. So that one you can set it right there, boom, boom. And it's easy. It's in military time, guys. If you don't know military time, it's very simple. You take this number and minus 12. It's just that simple. So if you're not to 12 yet, it's morning, and after 12 it's afternoon. So it's 1:43 p.m. It's very, very simple to learn military time. I know a lot of folks out there are like, I don't want to learn that, it's frustrating. And just take the number. If it's 2200 hours, 2200 minus 12 is 10 o'clock at night. It's just that simple, guys. Just minus 12 from the number, and you'll never have a mistake with military time. I love that it has the year, the month, and it says year, month, and Sunday. It doesn't say the day, it just says Sunday, but that's the day. And then you can adjust any of those as quick as that. You see this? 32, 33. So I got to go back to the 31st because that's today when I filmed it. 8/31/2024, and then here's the military time, 1:43, and then you have to click this. It doesn't really give you like an okay or anything or confirmation. You just click it, and then that'll change the date and the time. So you click back, and now you have the temperature unit. So you can either have, notice that this doesn't do anything, guys. You can either have it in Fahrenheit, or if you click it again, you can have it in Celsius. I'm not across the pond, guys, so I use Fahrenheit. I do understand Celsius now. It's many years of video game playing. When a graphics card hits 99, that's usually the melting part where the thermal, breakdown where it doesn't want to go. So when your system is above 80, 85, then you start, keeping an eye on it. So it's probably the same here because circuit boards don't like, over, because 99 is like 200 degrees Fahrenheit. It's crazy hot. Language, obviously, if you want to switch it, let's see what it has. It has all of them. Now what's nice is if the system is in a different language, say it's in Dutch or Japanese, Chinese, France, Spanish, I don't know what that one is. Guys, if you can help me out, maybe Mandarin or something. But it has the flags there. I like that. It's patriotic. You can hit what flag you have, and that way if it's in a different language and you don't recognize the language because the settings are already in another language, just look at your flag and then go, oh, Canada, click, and then you're done. I think, was Canada on there? Let me see here. Is there a Canada flag in there, guys? I don't think so. Well, here you just click United States for me, and then you're done. And then here, restore factory settings. Don't touch that unless you know what you're doing, guys, unless you absolutely are 100% sure you want to reset everything you just did. That could be a pain in the butt going through and resetting all this stuff. And then now you have the alarm record. As you can see, I've had nothing so far, and after you get one, I kind of want to get one just so I can see what it does. It'll say alarm message, so it'll say what happened, what time it happened, when it triggered and when you released it. So like say the AC tripped or the DC tripped or whatever, solar tripped or whatever, it would say it here. And then I wonder if there's a button back here, guys, that has a circuit reset for when you parallel these bad boys together, which I don't think we'll do, because I don't need 220, guys. I just don't. I don't know why. Well, I know why. I don't have any big items like that, you know. Like I'm a battery guy, you know. I don't really have big tools like that. The biggest tool I have, I think, is a circle saw, and that runs on 120 just fine for me. I don't have any concrete grinders or, you know, stump jackhammers. I just don't need this stuff. So it would show up here, and then you can select it, and then you can delete it if you want. So obviously it will clear that. I haven't had any of those yet. And then you have the about equipment. Now this is amazing, guys. This is absolutely amazing. Say you're talking to your friends and you're trying to explain the system, or you simply forgot what one of these are, even though that they're written right here, right? See, 12 volt 30 amp. But we all get forgetful, me especially. So if you hit about equipment, look what it does, guys. Look at that. That says battery, lithium iron phosphate, 3072 watt hours. Remember, that's the system itself and not the whole pack. It is 15, it will be 15, right now it's 9,000. It will be 15,360 watt hours. But the lithium iron phosphate is the same. Don't mix other battery packs, guys. Don't try to put lithium ion with lithium iron phosphate. Bad results. Do not do that. And then here's your weight, 79 pounds. That is only the system itself. The entire system, when it's 15,000 15 kilowatts, is going to be I'm guessing about 350 to 360 pounds with the cables and everything. That's quite heavy. But remember, you can move it in pieces. So awesome, awesome. Modular system, hands down, beats anything the rack system. Because when you build I love rack system, don't get me wrong, but when you build a rack system 20 or 30,000 watt hours, you can't just dismantle them and take them apart and hook them up. With these, you can easily take them apart, take the cable off, take it to another room, put the cable back on, you're done. You don't even need really safety, because everything is self-contained. Where a rack system, you could risk shocking yourself if you don't turn the system off. Obviously, turn the system off when you hook the batteries up. But you can hook them up in real time. We were shocked about that. Not shocked, to coin a pun, but we were surprised about that you can hook them up in real time. We don't recommend it, but you can, and there's really no risk as far as like when you do the solar hookup for a system. You have all your DC cutoff switches on a rack system, and you're all in one. That could be very dangerous. So be careful playing with that stuff. But this is 15,000 watt hours that you could pick up, drag around, put it back together. Even my wife can pick this up. It's 80 pounds, a little tough for her, but she can pick this up, pick that up, pick that up, pick that up, pick that up, and move 15,000 watt hours to another room or another cabin or whatever, or in the RV or the van or whatever, or her car, whatever she wants to do, and move this whenever she wants to. Hopefully she won't, but she has that option. So that's cool. That's cool. And then you have, here's your size, 17 inches by 12 inches by 13. So 17 is obviously this way, and then, or no, 17, yeah, 17 is this way, 14 tall, and then 12 wide. So all your dimensions is here. Here's your temperatures of your discharge temperatures, which is -4 to 113. So you can use this in sub-freezing temperature of 4 degrees -0. Awesome. In emergency, all the way up to 113. Hopefully you're never in a situation more than 113. That is hot. I worked one time in Harley Davidson blast tunnel for, I think it was 119 to 120 degrees. I don't know, because our temperature stopped working after a while. And then the OSHA regulations is we had to go outside and sign a piece of paper stating on the record that we went out and took a break for at least 5 or 10 minutes to get our air and our wits about us, and then go back in. This thing is known as a blast tunnel. Unbelievably hot, guys. It was so dry, and the blast tunnel is a huge amount of air. It's a cooling system. It looks like a big sewer with all these pipes that run through it, steam pipes and stuff. It is hotter than anything I have ever dealt with in my life. By the time you would sweat, the sweat would roll down your face, and by the time it hit your nose, it's completely dried up and gone. That is how hot and how windy it was. It was like 30 or 40 mile an hour wind. It was crazy. Just, I'd never like to do it again. But I did work for Harley Davidson for a short time as an independent contractor. Here's your AC output, 3,600 watts, and then we'll check in on our charging. to see where that's at, because remember we stopped for the E3600LFP. I know it's a lot of information, guys, so feel free to watch this video a couple times or take notes. That's what I do, take notes. Okay, so here's your USBs. Look at this. 3 at 12 volts, 30 amp max, okay? 2 USB-Cs, right? And then you have 4 USB-As, 2 wireless charging pads. You got 2 wireless charging pads, one for the wife and one for the wife. That's our joke here, because I don't use them. And then here's your charging, 3200 max AC input, 3200 watts, guys. But you have to have that special weird cable. It's that big old that crazy old big honking cable. They're real big. Hold on, let me get it for you just to show you guys. Give me a second here. Sorry, I should have had it ready. Okay, I forgot I was going to talk about it, guys. This is only if you order it now in the introductory offer price of $15.99. They give you this cable. This cable has got to be at least, I'm guessing, minimum 30 bucks. It's probably $50. I have no idea. I've never bought a cable like this, nor do I ever plan on even using this one, but you never know. Never say never. But I to this point in my life, I never used this for anything. The only thing I thought we could use it for was you could charge at if you go camping, and you know how they have that big plug-in, that 30 amp plug-in, and you could charge this bad boy from, they probably wouldn't like you doing that because you're going to eat up a ton of their power, but oh well, if you give me the electricity, I'm going to use every bit of it. So that's the only thing I can think of. But this is a special cable, guys, that can go up to 3200 watts. That is insane amount of power to charge a small little box like this that you could pick up and carry. The times are just changing. And then here's your UPS power, 3600, so it maxes out from the wall, 3600. Of course, when you have it hooked to this, though, otherwise it only goes up to, I think it was somewhere between 14 and 18. I got to look that up. And then here is your software version. What's nice about that is it tells you what the heck version you have. That was a big problem with the E2000LFP and the E1500LFP. Nobody knew what version system you had. Everybody was coming to us because we have so much knowledge with Pecron and we own all their systems. And we're like, well, okay, if you have a 110 system, you have the original. If you have a 120 system and an actual 100 watt USB out, then you have version 2. And that was similar with the E1500LFP. We helped out it must be thousands of people. I mean, we get still to this day, we get messages every single day, all day long on our channel. And thanks to you guys for being here. The subscriber family is absolutely awesome. Worth their weight in gold, worth their weight in platinum. Worth their weight in platinum. If you don't know what that is, look it up. That's even better. But this is a real big thing, because if you have a question now, you could say, well, Ramblin Bob, I have version 1.1 or 1.0. I think this is the first one. I don't know. This is the only system that they sent us that we bought. So until I see a different software update, I won't know. That was the only thing that I want the app for, is if there was a firmware update, I can utilize that to update the firmware, and then you would know without using the app what version you have. This is a monster upgrade. It's like having a phone built into the system that's closed circuit. Nobody can get into your system except you. That's awesome. That is huge for security. If you have this hooked to security cameras or something like that, and someone hacks into your app and goofs, they could turn off your security system, right? A closed circuit system is much more secure. So if you have a big lot and you have cameras out there or whatever, your house, your shop or whatever, that's awesome if you have systems like that, because now nobody can get to it because they can't get to it, right? They cut off your solar power, you still got 15 1,000 watt hours. You know how long that's going to take for security cameras to eat up 15,000 watt hours? Those crooks will go somewhere else, believe me. They're not going to wait a week. So and if they do, holy cow, they're pretty dedicated. Awesome to have a closed circuit system like this that's safe for everybody. And then here's your DC input. You have your 12 to 30, that's this little guy here, 150 watt max at 7 amps. And then you have these two guys, which can be independent or together. You can have 32 all the way up to 150 each, right? Each string up to 2400 watts max, 1200 and 1200. and then 40 amps max total, so you can have up to 40 amps if you parallel them. Probably I'm not even going to mess with that. That's something that's way above my pay grade, guys. Like I said, I'm an amateur still learning, and I don't want to get up into the amps where I can get shot through the wall. So that is cool. All that is in this little button, guys. That little button, boom, you have everything. You don't have to, if you lost your manual, who cares, right? You can get it still in the app, or you can look at it. That's why we upload all the manuals, to make sure that everyone has a backup plan. So that's everything, guys. I think I went through the entire thing. It's now 13:55. Now we're gonna go, everything's done here. We're gonna go back to the home, and notice that we're at 98% on the system, and we're at 86 and 85 on the batteries. Now remember, that is approximately within 10%. But like I said, I wanted to just shove them together. I think they were about 15 or 20% off, which I don't recommend, guys. Remember, I don't recommend this. I wanted to do it because I just know out there, like the other systems, people are going to buy these darn things, they're going to shove them together, and they're just going to feed power into them. And I want to see if it's safe, and to make sure that they're safe, because that could be a scary situation if something were to pop or whatever. This is just a fan that we got going in the little window here to give me some air. This is pumping out a lot of heat, obviously, because we're putting, oh, you know what, let me check the temperature, guys. This was supposed to be a video just for the app, internal app, if you will. Let me get my temperature gauge. Hold on a second. Okay, and now we're back here. So now we got the temp gauge. We're going to do a little bit of reading here. Just, you know, it's been charging a hell of a long time here, guys. Holy crapzilla. So here, 88 degrees on the outside of the box. As you see, I'm going around. It's nothing's hit 90 yet. There's a 94. And notice that that's getting up to the circuitry. 95 or 94. Let's see, 94. Oh, 96. I saw a 96 in there. It's probably in here. Let's see in there. Let's see, 95. Yeah, so it's coming, because this is acting almost as an escape pod for heat. So you want to keep that closed, and that way the system will ventilate properly. Screen's hard to read. 100 degrees on the screen. I saw 99. And, oh, there's 100, 104 on the screen. I think I'm on the screen. Yep. 96 on your inputs. 96. All within good charging parameters as far as heat, in my opinion. When it gets over 100 is where I keep track of a system. It can go all the way up to like 120 easily, but I like keeping under 100. I don't know why. It's just, you know, everyone has their limits. 100 is mine. I try to keep it under 100. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to have this system go until it's full. I don't know how long that is. Remember, this is 9,000 watt hours, and if you do the percentage, let me see here. Let me go to look how simple it is, guys. It's just so easy. So maybe 10%. So if you guys want to hang with me, I can rattle about this stuff. You know me, I can ramble about this stuff all day, like nonstop. So we have about 10% overall of the system that still needs to be charged. What I could do, wait a minute, hold on. I can speed this up, guys. Hold on. I think, yeah, I have the trusty E3600LFP over here. Hold on a minute here. Hold on to your horses. Okay, so let's grab this one here. That is the first time that I've ever had the E2000 off in a long time, guys. It's so weird to have that off. That's been running in this system for almost 2 years solid. I mean, every day. It literally, I don't think I got it. Hold on. Okay, you really got to click that. That's been running solid for almost 2 years, guys. It's been a staple of this. Now I'm going to put this into the E2000LFP over here. And then we're going to go from the E2000LFP way the heck over there all the way to this one. Now I'm going to go back here so I can go on the main screen, because I want to keep track of what's going on. So notice that that is clicking, and that's going 300. I don't know what I have it set on. Let me see here. Just because I'm trying to fill it as quick as I can. Now, the battery's at 99, so once this gets to 99, this system will stop charging, and then all the energy will flow through and go to the batteries as the BMS deems where it should be. Now notice that I'm only getting out to 300. So let me see what the setting is. Do I have the setting? I think I turned, did I turn on the settings, guys? I did. See, AC charging. So let's push it up into the crazy world, right? 100%. Let's see if the E2000 can hold that. That's a lot. Gosh, look at that. Holy crapzilla. So I'm pulling out 1600 watts of that system over there, and then it's bringing in 1650, if that's accurate. It's kind of weird, but they are the same voltage, but there should be some conversion loss, but I haven't figured out the system yet. So now we're charging back up into the holy crapzilla, what was it, 2700, 2800. Actually, wait a minute, one of these had a full 90%. Wait a minute, I gotta find it, guys, otherwise you gotta add those together. If you go to the simple mode again, yeah, there you go. So input 2843 watts. Holy crapzilla, guys, that is a monster. But don't forget, this is still bringing in 400 watts over here, and now this one is up to 225. These are temporary lines. I had to do something to try to max this out, guys. I have to buy new panels or more panels or something, because holy crapzilla, 2800 plus another 600, guys, that's 3600 watts. We're charging, oh geez Louise. And then if I put another 2 batteries, I could possibly get 800 watts more. That's mental. I mean, we're getting in numbers that, holy cow. So we're up to 91%, I saw. And then notice that the temperature here, 91.4, 96.8, and 93.2 respectively. So obviously the second battery is the middle one, and that's kind of putting energy both ways, because the 400 watts is coming in the second one. I'm sorry, the first battery, which is technically the second one. Boy, this is confusing. 1, 2, 3, and then 4 and 5, because remember, this is a built-in battery. So 400 watts is going into this one, 200 and some watts is going into the bottom one, and then we have 2840 watts going into the main system. These numbers are getting astronomical to me. I mean, I'm still very new when it comes to the whole solar power, guys. Even though I have 2 years of very extensive learning, there's still a lot of stuff that surprises me. As far as, I mean, that video that Will Prouse did, where he put 4,000 watts in his driveway, awesome video, guys. Shows you what you could do in an emergency. Bring in 4,000 watts. He didn't have to do any permits or anything, because he just laid them on the concrete, and he was able to bring them into his shop at 4,000 watts. Can you imagine what you could do at 4,000 watts if you collected that? That's 20,000 watts a solar day. That's crazy. And if you could store that, you could easily run your house off that, laying them in the driveway like that. I'm not saying to do that. I just thought that was an awesome video that he made a long time ago. Now, oh, this one says in equilibrium. Okay, so let's see what that is. What we're going to do is we're going to, let's see, we'll go in the menu here, and we're going to go into, I want to see what this all does. Okay, hold on. I got to go this one. I'm going to pull this down. I don't know what equilibrium, what does that word mean here, guys? Oh, now it's good. Okay, so obviously it unbalanced for a second, and then the BMS caught it and said, okay, here, I gotcha. So it's 99, 89, and 88. So that's within the 10% difference, and we're going to see if they all balance here. But we got to ramble long enough so we can get it up there here. Let me see the lights. I haven't showed you this side yet, guys. I haven't showed you. This is the same. Let me put this down here, guys. This is the same as the E3600LFP. As you can see, hopefully you can see, the lights on these EPs, they actually work. I do not listen to the lights of the EV3000s. The only one I care about is the flashing one. Otherwise, I don't care. These ones, and that's a personal preference, guys. You know, you do your own warnings how you do. But this system, I 100% have been trusting these lights. It's hard to see that one. I can't put the camera down any further. That one's green and flashing. It says it's charging. This one's charging. So let me put this back up here, guys. Okay. Now put it back over here. We got so much going on today. Okay, and then let's see. So now that battery was had a yellow, and I don't think yellow. I think a yellow is a caution, but it's not a warning. A red is a warning, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to check that. So we're going to go in here and we're going to look at alarm record, and notice we didn't get any alarms. So it was probably just a cautionary thing of, you know, hey, this battery's a little, okay, I gotcha. And then the BMS takes over. So nothing showed up here. Okay. And then you know what we can do? We can go in the battery help. This is why this is astronomically awesome. Look at 3.41, 3.4, the same. So you can do each battery and check. Notice, excuse me, that these aren't done yet. And these aren't done yet. So notice, excellent, excellent, excellent. So the battery condition is perfect. And this is really cool because you can check your systems. You know, you remember that old reference, you can check yourself before you wreck yourself? That that is what is needed, is checks and balances, guys. Who said that? Was that I want to say Flavor Flav. Guys, if you know who said that, you got to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Was that Vanilla Ice or Flavor? Something like that. Maybe Third Base, Run DMC. I can't remember who said that, but you got to check yourself before you wreck yourself because it's bad for you. I forgot who sang that song. But it's good to have that because you go like that and you go like that and you're done. Now you can see these are almost perfect. These still need a little charging. Oop, this still need a little charging. So you can literally watch it in real time. Excuse me. That is awesome. And then if you switch to your simple mode, boop, boop, 92. So we're almost there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to exit. We're going to go back here. If it seems a little fast, that's okay because you'll catch on. Believe me, it's much easier. We're going to put this up to, because we only got 40%, we're going to put it to, you know what, oh gosh, let's push it here, 100%. Let's do this. All right, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Let's see what happens. So now we're bringing in was it 2800 crazy power? Holy crapzilla. You click on this one, it'll show you input power is 1630. That's on AC input, and then DC input solar is 1200. So 2800 watt, guys, that's crazy. Not to mention, don't forget, we have 640 watts coming in on the batteries too. So we're charging this thing at like well over 3000 watts. 3 hours you could have this thing full if you had that kind of solar coming in. That's a monster system that could run your house for a whole day possibly. You know, it'll easily run ours. We're not that power hungry, but very, very cool system so far. And we're going to try to max this out. We're going to see if it has a like the E3600LFP down there. It actually had a mode in there when it got to 90%, it slowed down the charging to save the battery cells. I thought that was a pretty cool thing. Wow, we're just eating that power out of there. Holy cow, we're bringing 1600 watts out of the Pecron E3600LFP stack, which is that one way over there still. And then, wow, just mind-blowing, guys, mind-blowing. For a budget company like this to bring out such a quality product is amazing to me. But as you can see, they went from E2000, E1500 to E36. They learned as they went to better their equipment, and they have definitely stepped up their game a lot. I could see these guys within maybe a year's time being able to compete with some of the bigger Bluetti systems and the bigger, possibly the EcoFlow. Like they have some monster system, guys, like the EP, what was it, the EP 800, 900, and then what is it, the Ultra, boy, the name, the EcoFlow Delta Ultra, whatever. They have some monster system, guys, monster systems. But within a year, I think they have a potential to catch some of those systems and then be a real player in the market as far as using this to power either your house with 2 systems or have one that can go straight to 240 output. I mean, those options. The only thing missing on this system, guys, the Any Audi, I wish it had 2 USB 100s, USBs. I wish it had that. And a light. I want the light. I want the light back. Pecron, don't. And the flaps. They put the flaps back. The covers. I like them. I know Will doesn't like them. I love them. Leave them on there. I don't have to get the dust out of there. You know, these stay as clean as the day I bought them if you don't use them, because dust can't get in there. Right? If you have a cover. I like that. I like that. The Hobotech port. I deem this the Hobotech port. If you don't use it, it stays as brand new. That way you get no oxidation, no rust in there, no dust, all kinds of stuff. Fingers, you know what I mean? Oh, you can also lock the screen. I think I talked about that. Where Let me get drink a soda real quick, guys. I've been yapping and rambling for so long here. Hold on. Okay, so much better. Okay, so as we're still waiting for this here, it's amazing how much power we're bringing. That's just crazy, guys. Let me grab a cable and plug it into my phone, is the camera as well, the GoPro. Give me one more second, guys. Okay, I should have a 24-hour telethon to see if I can get through an entire 24 hours just yapping about solar. I think I could do it. I don't know if my voice can, but I could do it. All right, let's see here. And I'm going to plug this in because who knows how long. Let's see how long this video is. This video is 41 minutes already, and obviously it's still going. And we're going to turn this up a little bit because, like I said, it's getting a little warm in here. Just a temporary setup here, guys. And here's a fun one for you guys. Do you see that up there? Look at those cables. That is our cables that we use for testing. You want to talk about spaghetti? That's every cable that we think we need, and we put it right there, and that way we know exactly what we need and where it is, and you know when to find it and blah blah blah. But here, excuse me, let me have one more drink here, guys. Cheers. Drinking out of my Bluetti tumbler mug and my good old-fashioned ice cold Dr. Pepper with ice cubes. As we're watching this finalize here, it says 10 minutes. I can wait 10 more minutes. Heck, it's 40 minutes already. I can wait another 10. Let's see here. Let's play with the buttons while we're goofing around here. 91.4 degrees is the Fahrenheit of the battery pack. Remember, that's probably this one. Each battery pack is different. 94%. We're getting it. Oh, okay, see that? So it did. It went down. So what's the overall? So 95%. Do you guys see that? Oh, geez Louise, what did I do? Oh, geez. So when it hits, oh, excuse me. Okay. So when it hits 95%, boy, I'm coughing my head off. Okay. When it hit 95%, notice that the AC slowed down. The DC, the solar coming in, did not slow down. It's still almost 1200 watts. The only reason that slowed down is a little bit is it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And, oh, thank you, Miss. Hello. Miss Ramblin Bob brought me this. So she doesn't realize I have one, and I've been drinking it, but now I have another one. So cheers, cheers, guys.
The rescue! You guys see this? Yeah, I was pushing all the buttons earlier. I got to touch everything, and it was really fun.
Oh, coughing my head off.
Oh, we're on 88 then already.
Yeah, we're almost there. Yeah, we're almost there. Do you want to stay for the last couple of minutes here? Hang on. It says 13 minutes, so it's going to be about 10 minutes. Okay, yeah, go ahead, and then you'll come right back. All right, so as we're waiting for that, remember you can switch with this button right here. I kind of like that because you can see them in real time rather than the entire system. I want to see each battery to see if each one is having problems. And remember that one turned yellow just for, I think it was yellow, just for a second, and that's probably just a balancing thing. Remember, these have not been full yet as a complete system. So this went down to 888. Let's see what the menu, this one, I gotta remember where to go here. Charging speed. So now I can put that down to 50% and see what that does. And actually put it up a little. Oh, still the same. Okay, so that's probably, I think 1800 watts is 100% charging, I think, even though it only hit 600 or 1600, depending on, remember this is coming from a power station and not actual grid, so sometimes your input will vary. So we're waiting on the last little bits and pieces. We're still using 141 watts in the shop here, which is nothing. This is probably 9 watts of it, the little fan here. So now I can turn this up and let's see how it bumped up a little bit. 165, 166. And then if I turn that all the way down, you'll see that number drops. So this fan uses a pretty good amount of power, but guys, it's hot. It's hot today, so I'm going to try to turn this towards me. Okay, that's better. Yes, please. And we're still waiting here. So 99, 95, and 94. We have no alarm records here. No. And while we're waiting, guys, hopefully your day is going good. I really value your time. I thank you for spending the entire afternoon with us here. I know my videos are long. I like to ramble. But I absolutely love this technology. And I don't think I ever stopped talking about it, ever. And I think this is bouncing because, remember, the BMS is trying to balance 3 systems. 3 separate BMSs are probably talking and or doing whatever it's doing. And then once this gets to 100, notice that the host will never say 100%, probably without the other 2. So it'll all, notice that they're getting very close. It's 99, 95, and 94. Hopefully you can see the numbers. If not, I'll read them out to you every time. So we're just going to let it go a little bit here. Here, 10 minutes. Notice it turned yellow. I think it turned yellow. Oh, see? So when it hits 10 minutes, it kind of lets you know, hey, it's the finish line coming. So that's not a bad yellow. That just means you're almost done. Yep, but that did drop down. And we're still getting, let's see, we got 220. 220 going into the bottom battery. And we have 400 still going into the second battery. And we have 2,100, 2,000, it's about 2,000 watts going in. Boy, I don't know, something got in my throat. Okay, 2,000 watts going into the main system here. Not to mention we're using very little power from the GoPro. It doesn't really show up there, I noticed that, so there must be a limit. GoPro is very, very light, couple watts. I noticed that didn't show up, but it is powering because my GoPro is flashing like that, which means it is charging. Oh, see, 9 minutes. All right, guys, we're getting there. We're getting there. Cheers, cheers. If you guys don't go to the live Bluetti streams, I know this is Pecron product, but if you don't go to the live Bluetti, you get this stuff for free. All you got to do is enter your name, not your name, your email address, and then, you know, if they spin the wheel and you win, you get stuff like that. Miss Ramblin Bob's back.
The Bluetti, you mean?
Yeah, the Wheeletti of Bluetti. Yeah.
I heard you say earlier that you don't stop talking about this.
Oh, 24 hours a day.
You know why though?
24 hours a day.
You know why though, right?
Why is that?
Because you don't stop talking.
Oh, that's
Ramblin Bob, you know?
Rambling. Yeah, I ramble, guys. I ramble, guys. So,
are we on 9 minutes?
Look at, we're there though. Look at.
Oh.
And Miss Ramblin Bobcat's coming in. Yep. So everyone's here.
She heard me come in here. She's like, "What are you doing?"
Miss Ramblin Bobcat, if you want to grab her. Did you hear her, guys? She meowed here. 9 minutes, guys. We're almost there. You can't quit on me now. We're right there. So Mrs. Ramblin Bobcat is gonna sit. And she'll stare out the window there through the curtains.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys.
That's a tail.
Look what we have to deal with here. Look at this. Look at this wild creature.
She just woke up, so she's looking mad.
She's looking mad.
Yeah.
He's so cute. Look at her.
Look at that look she gives you when she's like half asleep. And
oh yeah. All right, so I'm gonna leave her in the video, and she can start. Guys, normally I wouldn't recommend, you know, having your animals crawl on your equipment, guys. These systems have been, you know, very safe. I let her sit up there from time to time, only when I'm in the room with her. Obviously, I wouldn't let her do this by herself.
Yeah, if we leave the house, we say, okay, no sitting on the power station.
Well, we just close. Yeah, we close the door to the shop if we let.
She understands English. Whenever
sometimes,
we leave.
yeah. 7 minutes. Holy crap, Zilla, we're there. We're there. So I mean, we're just. This is like this is like a marathon.
We're relying on the sun for these 7 minutes, huh?
Well, I have 900 coming from the E2000. I figure, what the heck?
Okay, good.
Oh, here she comes. You want to grab her? She's going to want to get down.
Yeah.
All right, she had enough. I think what it is, guys, is she loves the heat. But the top of this thing, let's see. It feels like about 90 degrees. Let's see. Am I right? 96. So, yeah, I'm pretty close. About 90 degrees. So maybe that was a little too warm for her. Or we are just, sometimes when we talk too much, she gets irritated. And she goes, I want quiet. And then she runs away. So...
She came over and gave me a kiss. You're welcome.
So, Miss Ramblin Bob, I had this system bringing in, I think it was 2,800 watts, I think, just on the main system, plus another 600 on the 2 batteries.
Oh, the batteries?
That's 3,000 plus watts that we're bringing in. That means you could fill the system in 3 hours. 3 hours,
Wow.
possibly 3.5
Yeah,
hours. That's crazy. That means we have a chance. We actually have a chance to fill this system in one solar day.
See, all the batteries are almost balanced too. They're
Yeah,
doing a
the
good
99,
job.
97, 96. We're waiting. And then remember, you could go like this, and you can check the health of each one.
Yeah.
3.45. It's getting there, right? And then here's the second battery, getting there.
Excuse me if you don't mind. I'm just gonna say, hey, other batteries, take notes.
Yeah. Oh, seriously, guys. But like I said, we have
Did
nothing
you
against the
mention those
Yep. We have nothing against the E2000 or the E1500. We like them both. We still use them, and we still own them, and we bought them. But this technology, they're moving in the right direction. When you can literally see everything about the system in real time, that's like a doctor doing the stethoscope on you and checking your ears and everything to make sure that your system is running proper.
I think it's
You
just
know?
proof that you have to walk before you can run. So they walked over there, and now we're running over here.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Well, yeah. Okay, so here.
Oh.
In equilibrium, I don't know, is there any lights on there?
Yeah.
What was the light?
They're both green, and then there's a.
Did it turn yellow for a second? Okay, because it turned yellow up here just for a second.
It might have when I wasn't looking, but no.
Okay,
it's
so
green.
if it does it again, make sure that you check it. I think this is the final balancing, guys. Normally you wouldn't have to do this because the system should be balanced already, remember?
Right when I just said, hey, take notes, it's like, hey, just kidding.
Yep. And then notice it doesn't come up as a alarm.
No.
So it's not bad. It just lets you know, hey, something happened. So it could be balancing towards the bottom battery. Now notice that.
Oh, because it's 99, 98, 97.
Yes. So
they're
right
like,
in a
hey,
row. So
yeah.
it might have been putting extra power in there.
Trickling downward.
Yep.
Yeah.
To get to that. So imagine if it's way down here now. It would have to go like that.
You're charging over here. You're taking all. That's why it's taking so long.
Yeah. Now notice that this is not coming out any power. So we're gonna when we test that, I think there's a limit. You know, there's
it's like
you have to take out so many watts.
Like a 10.
All of them. Yep. Each system has a limit, a sensitivity limit, to where if you're not bringing out as enough watts for it to read on the screen,
and it's like now you're
it's still getting the power. As you can see, it's flashing, it's charging up here.
I don't like that though, personally.
I don't. No, I don't like that.
I'm like, is it working? Is it not? How do I know?
Well, this is how you know. If this number, oops, my fingers ain't working. If this number, 98%, if that goes down, then you know.
Yeah, I know, but I like to know what's going in that, even if it's less than whatever the number is.
Yeah.
I want to know what it is.
3 minutes. Okay, now here's the big question.
I'm wasting my
serious
time.
question. Okay, serious question. Do you like listing the batteries or this one?
I like that one.
You like that one?
Yeah.
I love the batteries.
I like watching the little the orange one. It's orange.
Yeah, see, we have enough orange. Yeah, it's
Orange.
Yeah.
Orange.
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 But I like this. I like this because you can see each battery in real time as far as the temperature and the, oh, look at, we got one at 100%. Look.
Yeah, I see it.
So the second one is at 100%. Oh, Rambling Bobcat's going to jump on my laptop.
Yeah.
All right, grab her. 2 minutes, guys. We're there, and then we're going to see the solar die off. So now what I'm going to do is, if you want to turn off the AC inverter.
Sure.
There you go, okay.
Woo.
And then you're going to unplug that one. I'm going to unplug this one. And we're going to just finish it up with solar, guys, because I want to save some of the power in the E3600LFP in case we need it for something else.
I always get nervous turning them on and off.
I do too. Are you kidding? Yeah, I mean, you're dragging in, you know, what was that, 800 to 900 watts. That's still a lot of power. Okay, look at 2. So the host is 100, and the second was 100. 1 minute. So I'm not going to move it yet, guys.
It's the...
Okay, now notice that 93, 98, 95. So notice that once it gets full, the temperature starts dissipating because obviously, no energy has to go through the battery cell. So, guys, we're almost there. Let's see what happens. I think, now here's a big misconception, guys. Just because a system says it's at 100%, doesn't mean it's always at 100%. Notice it's not full yet. So if it does get to 100, and it's still bringing in power, that's okay.
It's
just
like
watch it.
right?
It's finalizing the battery. It's balancing the battery. So I do RC stuff, and you have 2 cells. This is many cells. This is like 48 cells. But basically what it's doing is making sure that each battery cell is balanced fully before it stops charging. And that might not show up in the charging percentages up here, but you'll still, like, it'll say 100, but you'll still see power coming in and going out, you know. Well, out doesn't affect it, but in, you know, that affects the charging cycle of the battery, because this is probably charged through. That's coming through the system and then going right out, because this has a charge through feature where you can charge it. And what do you see? What do you see?
Oh, I was checking the time on it, because it's...
That's 2:24.
I know it's not. It's 2:26. So that's why I was like... Yeah.
I was messing with the time earlier.
That explains...
Yeah, I was showing people. Okay, hold on.
This is Ramblin Bob.
Hold on, wait, hold on.
No, I'm telling you...
No, I have to do this quick, baby. Hold on, because we're going to miss it. We're going to miss it.
Well, then don't do it now.
Where's the timing?
Go back. Just wait till you're done. It's in home
Crapzilla.
settings. It's the second, and it's bottom...
Time. Yeah. Okay. What did you say?
2:27. Just put 2:27. It's almost there.
Okay, bam. Okay, there. We're fighting over it. Look at that, guys. Okay, so there you go. See, I didn't want to miss that. Now we missed it. That's okay.
Well,
so
the battery's still blinking down here, so...
Is blinking?
The white one, you know how they blink?
Yeah, but is the green and green?
Yeah, it's green and green.
Okay.
But the white one, the last one, is blinking.
So it's balancing.
It's finalizing
now,
down here.
this is how to check. Now, even though it says 100%, and it'll probably say 100% here, see? But we're still bringing in almost 1,200 watts. Plus, we're bringing in 700 watts over here. So we're still bringing in 1,800 watts, guys. That's a crazy amount of power. But this is how to check this. This is where it's cool. So if you go to here and go to battery health, you can see which ones are done. Notice that this is at 3.5, that's at 3.46, 3.44. So even though it says it's 100%, now it's going to balance. See, that's 3.62. It has to balance. So that has to go through each system. See, 3.47. Wait, give me 1 second. 3.47. See, so it's still balancing. I wish, you know, one thing that maybe Bluetti could implement, when these are 100% fully charged, they turn green.
Oh, you mean Pecron? Yeah.
What did I say, Bluetti?
Yeah.
Oh, we've been watching the stream. Okay, I said it like 10 times.
He's drinking out of a Bluetti cup, and I think that's yeah.
And I just left the stream not too long ago.
Yeah, so you know. Sorry, Pecron.
But guys, we love all systems. We don't have favorites here. I do like Pecron, I like Bluetti, but we really don't have favorites. Yeah. Whatever works. I like the Oupes.
I like Daisy.
Yep, Daisy's a good one too.
Yeah.
I like that. For outdoor events, it's fantastic.
Oh, can I just say that all lights are solid now?
On both batteries?
Yep.
Okay, so that means they're getting there. Yep. So what you'll see, guys, and this could take another, who knows? I mean, this is why we're doing it in real time, so you can see the actual events of the system, so you have no surprises.
It should switch to UPS soon, right? Or
no,
not?
because the UPS is not on. The UPS is from a grid, not the solar.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
So
is it charged through? I don't know. I'm thinking.
Yeah, now it'll switch to straight charge.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking. I get those two confused.
We don't use UPS very often, guys.
We use FedEx.
So, FedEx was better. Yeah, FedEx they delivered and they didn't throw it at me.
No.
You know why? Because it's 100 pounds. Yeah, that's why they couldn't throw it at me. Okay, see, look, see. Now what you're going to start seeing, guys, is this is going to taper off very slowly. As you can see, it's dropping about 10 watts. And then that means it's finalizing to the point where all three of these batteries are 100% good to go. And notice, you're watching this in real time.
So it should drop down to just what we're using, right?
It should probably go what we're using plus conversion loss. So
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
130, so I'm guessing this will be 150 to 160, somewhere in there. Depending, because remember the system uses more power than those systems because it's bigger. The AC inverter's bigger, stronger.
Can I tell the story about how we got this? What happened?
Yep. Just keep your eye on that.
Remember, because it came in a very big box, as you probably already saw.
Yep.
And the guy comes, and Ramblin Bob was waiting for this package. We were very excited, obviously. As you already know, we were very, very excited. And so,
cheers.
Wow! So the guy pulls up, and Ramblin Bob's like, "Oh, I got this. You don't need to do anything. I'm really excited about this box." And then the guy goes, "Are you sure? I have a dolly." And he's like, "Oh, I'm fine." And then they pull out the box, and Ramblin Bob goes, "Never mind, you probably need the dolly." Yeah.
Yep. I had to stand re-corrected because that system is heavier than I thought for my old back.
Well, that and like that box is huge, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
You look at it, like you're expecting like obviously this size, not bigger, and then it has all that packaging and all the other stuff in it, and you go, wait, never mind, maybe we do need this.
Yeah, yeah. Now, one thing, guys, I want to reiterate now. Notice that the temperatures are starting to drop here because it's basically like the easiest way to explain it is when you go into a football field or a baseball field and you want a seat. If it's empty, you sit anywhere, not a problem. The power can go anywhere it wants. When you finalize the last seats in a excuse me, and then you sit down, so it has to do that. It has to find the empty seats in that big stadium, which is very hard. Let me do one other thing too. It's very important.
That's my worst nightmare, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Going
Okay, notice it's dropping.
Walk, like you're in the middle of the aisle and you're like, excuse me, to
Yep.
get through.
Yep.
Oh my god, I don't like
Now,
that.
the other thing I wanted to reiterate again, this is very important, guys. Just because the system says it's 100% doesn't mean it's 100%. Give it time to finalize. If you don't finalize a battery, it will still stay like my fingers. You see how some are higher than the other? That's voltage. You want to have them all, I can't do it, but you want to have them all like that where they're equal. So the voltage is the same. Now notice at 55.2 volts, see that, Miss Rambling Bob?
Yeah, sorry,
That's
I was on my knuckles.
93.2 is the system. 55.1, it was 55.2 a second ago. That's going to finalize on a certain voltage, and then we'll be able to see in real time what that voltage is. And look at,
I have an example.
we're at the finish line.
I have an example.
Yep.
So you're saying like give it time, make sure it, you know, it calibrates, everything is good. It's the same as like people say that.
Balancing.
Yeah, sorry.
Cheers.
So it's the same as when people say when you're eating to eat slow because your stomach takes a while before it realizes it's full, and then you overeat otherwise. I feel like this is the same thing. We're like,
Yeah,
it takes
I
time
suppose.
to
Yeah, I
realize,
suppose.
hey, I'm full, I don't need anymore, I'm good now, and then I'm gonna use what I need. It's like,
Yeah,
similar,
okay.
right?
Yeah, I think that's a basic analogy. That would be good.
Thanks.
Basically, what it says
I like food.
is the BMS is the control in your brain that says, hey, your stomach's full or whatever, so you don't, you know, go shoving more food in there. Otherwise, you end up at that all-you-can-eat hot dog eating contest, and then you
Oh.
get sick.
Ew.
You know, so
I thought
you ever watch
go,
it?
I thought you were gonna go buffet.
Those guys, you ever watch them? They go like this and they go, and they just inhale it. They
You know
don't
what
even
they
eat
do?
it. That's just,
Do you know
oh my
what
God,
they
it's
do?
disgusting.
They-
There,
you
I
know-
think it's done.
Do you know what they do? They dip the hot dog and the bun in the water so the bun gets mushy, so they can just pork it down.
That's disgusting. I can't watch it, guys. I can't.
Yeah, I've watched like videos like training.
I get it now.
Oh!
Guys, I get it now. So we were wrong about that.
Don't say we.
I was wrong about that. You were wrong about that too. Okay, so this is sensitive enough to, remember, it's trickle charging 3 watts at a time because this camera's probably already full.
Oh.
So, yeah, you can't see it until you stop the video.
All
so,
right, bye.
So,
Just kidding.
okay, so I even missed it, guys. So, notice it'll spike every once in a while,
Oh,
but
yeah.
notice that this, where was this power coming from? We forgot. It takes it directly from the solar
Oh.
input. So instead it would be 200. Now notice that this is literally, look at that.
You were so wrong.
Wow. That's awesome. And now look at, we have 180 hours of power.
I'm still thinking about people professionally eating hot dogs.
Yeah, that's a creepy story. But now notice that these are all,
They train for that.
yeah, they do. That's disgusting. Oh my gosh.
They dip it.
Guys, if you're professional eaters out there, I feel bad for your stomach.
Imagine eating a wet
Cheers.
hot dog bun.
No,
Like, that's what they do, so they can, like,
I don't want soggy buns.
that's what they do.
I don't want them in life, and I don't want them in food. I don't want soggy buns. Period.
That's what they do so they can eat it faster.
Okay, so basically now what it's doing, remember, it's straight charge through. So 31 watts is going, 23 watts is going to the battery cells to top them off. And this
In 3.
is coming directly from the panels. So you don't even really know what's coming in from the panels. Remember? Look at, guys, 0. This is 0. The bottom one is still 350. So we have to wait on that one. Sometimes when you hook them up through the batteries as opposed to the main system, it might grab one of the batteries, solar panels, before it grabs the solar up here.
And look, did you notice?
And yeah, it went down to 63.
No, it changed. Remember, it was still coming down to when it was fully charged?
Oh, yeah.
It switched over to how long before it's discharged now. Did you notice that?
Yeah, that's what I said before. Yeah,
I didn't even notice.
yeah, well, I said it before. I said we have 192
I didn't know,
hours.
but like the color changed and everything. Like it was yellow before, now it's white. Like the whole screen like changed.
Yeah, now this will bounce up and down because, like I said, you're getting energy all over the place.
Oh, that and you're using it, and then you're not. And...
So we are 100% full system, I think, guys. The only way to know for sure, 54.9 volts is the finalizing, I think. Remember, this is all theory.
Did you point out the arrows? That's my favorite part.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, these
the
little guys down here.
It lets you know what's coming in and what's going out.
It's such a great visualization that like this is going in and then this is going out like that way. Like it's great for like, I don't know, like me. Like, I don't know, I'm a visual person, and when it shows like that, it makes more sense.
It basically means that everything on this meter is coming in to this, and everything from this meter is coming out from the battery pack. And then when you go like that, it comes out from all the battery stacks. Hey. I like that better though. No. You like the orange one, huh?
Orange.
Nah, I like the green one.
Almost that time of year for orange.
What day is that?
Halloween.
Halloween,
well,
guys.
Fall in general.
Oh, Snapple.
Halloween.
Okay, guys. So one good thing about fall is cooler temperatures give stronger solar powers. Oh. The sun goes a little bit I think further away, or is it closer in the sun? I don't know. It's closer in the winter.
Closer in the winter.
That's so weird. Okay. Yeah. Well, it's farther away from me. Wait. Look at that. What does that mean? Look at 2 little lightning bolts popped up.
It's full? It's charging? I don't know.
Maybe that's charged through?
Where's the thingy?
Oh, look at 3 lightning bolts.
Oh, I need to know.
Wait, yeah, find out what the lightning bolts is.
Get in here.
So, let me see here. We got lightning bolts, guys.
Lightning bolt in the summer.
Alright, so the cells are still going balancing here.
When you sit down, do you ever make a noise?
All the time. Okay. So, guys, we have maybe that means charge through. Find out what the lightning bolt means. I have to know. Guys, I didn't read about the lightning bolts.
It doesn't say. Hold on, I gotta find it.
Maybe that means that the battery pack is completely 100% topped off, and now it's charged through, as in a lightning bolt.
Different thing. It said in equilibrium, right?
Yeah, what did that say?
It says equilibrium state of the main power station and expansion battery pack. So it looks like it's a little, if you see that. That one right there?
Yeah.
See, I think it fills to show that they're equal. I'm not sure.
Oh, you know, equilibrium. Okay, so guys, this is, I think that maybe the wrong word that they should have used. They should have said balancing. So basically it was eating power.
A good thing.
Yeah, it was eating power. Okay, do you remember how you put the batteries together? See, look at. Now only one says lightning.
Give me that back so I can find out what that means.
So, wait, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought.
Balance, equilibrium.
Yeah. So I think equilibrium might have been the wrong terminology in my opinion. I think balancing, so cascading or whatever they want to use. But when one battery pulls energy from the other battery, I think, you know how it turns yellow because it's balancing. Well, I think that's what that means. Maybe the lightning bolt, you know, I don't know. Maybe that's charging from the other 2. I don't know. It doesn't say anything?
No.
Okay, guys, if you have the system, what does a little lightning bolt mean?
Well, not yet.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's got to be a good thing, because otherwise it would be in here as an alarm. Yep, no alarms. And then what does this little battery plus mean? What does that mean?
Oh, no. Hold on.
There's a couple things that
Battery plus means...
Yeah, let me go to this here.
Connection of expansion battery pack.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
That one's labeled.
Of just one, or because only one showed up when I got 2.
It says
Oh, you know what? I know.
It's showing that they're connected.
Wait. I know. I'll bet you money. I'll bet you money on this. Okay. I'll bet you $1. I'll bet you that when you hook up the other one, one other icon clicks to that to show you that each receptacle is being used.
Are your fans on?
Up there.
Or no?
Oh yeah.
Because it should have a thing that pops up when fans are on. So.
Yeah, I don't see any fan. Shouldn't it be? Where's the fan? Up here?
Yeah.
Let me see. Yeah, the fans are on.
Maybe like when they're like really on. You know?
Yeah, maybe there's an idle and then on. I don't know. Yeah, is there supposed to be, guys? If you have the system too, is there supposed to be a fan that comes up here?
It's number 6 in the middle.
Okay, let me show the people here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it says fan. Now, like I said, this is you're learning this or watching us learn this in real time. That way there's no scripted. We're not salespeople. We don't do commercials. We buy a product, we test it the best that we know how, and then we talk about it. That's it. It's just 100% our opinion. And if you want to support the channel, you feel free. but this is a system that we bought for us, and we're sharing it with the world, basically. So, which we did with all of those over there. I mean, we've shared a lot with the world in the last couple of years. But yeah, I want to know what the lightning bolt is.
Working on it. It shows it like once in this whole thing, and they like don't even.
Yeah, I'll have to look. I didn't see anybody else talk about that in the reviews. Unless I missed it, maybe. It's so tiny I missed it. But I'll bet you money that when you use the other port, the expansion port, that shows up. So the system knows that that port is being used for those batteries, and then the next one is going to be used for the other two batteries.
Or maybe it's for like, it shows like who's getting electricity right now?
Nope. No, I think it's for that. I think you have two ports. If you look up there in the icons, there should be two of those, right? Because there's two.
No, there's only one.
There's only one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
I'd like to show.
Yeah, I guess I'm wrong,
3.
guys. Where is it?
Number 3.
I can't. Okay. Oh yeah, there's only one.
Yeah.
And number 3 is what? What does it say again? Where's 3?
Connection of expansion battery pack.
Okay, so yeah, so if you have 1, 2, or 3, or 4, it just shows one.
It's showing that something's connected. It's better than nothing, I guess.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Yeah, I'd like to see the fan though. Now, if you feel the fans are on, the fans are on.
Oh, very lightly.
Yeah, not a problem.
Not like a.
And you can feel the air getting sucked in this side, so the fans are on. But I think that icon should show. I think we have 100% full system. Or do you think maybe it's using the power from this one? So when it needs it, oh, you know how we could test this? If you bring in something like a heater, if you want to grab a 500 watt heater.
Hot enough in here.
I know. Oh boy, find a heater, maybe 500 watt. I think it's in the box probably. But I bet you when you draw heavier, maybe it's using power from, like say when you draw really heavy, maybe the lightning bolt is telling you I'm drawing power from multiple batteries. That one, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, we have stuff all over the place in here. We're redoing the entire shop here. See here, we got 297 314 on the solar coming in. So there's definitely and oh, see, look at. So you got, oh, see, all 3 of the maybe the lightning means it's charging. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Okay, so this is here. This is a 500 watt fan heater. I should call it what it is. A horrible thing in the summer and a wonderful thing in the winter. And we have 1 outlet left, so we're going to test this theory and see what happens. Now this thing could easily eat up this. This power is nothing, absolutely nothing for this system. You know, 400 or 500 watts to this thing is it's candy from a baby, seriously. One of the drawbacks of this system is we've always said a lack of AC ports. I'd rather have 6 AC ports of 120 rather than this big guy, because we'll never use that.
But that's your favorite flat.
But what if down the road we actually use it? We never know. Never say never, like you said. Justin Bieber, never say never. Okay, so we're gonna plug this in. All right, you gotta finish something? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm going to click this button now, and we're gonna watch in real time what these do. This one has a lightning bolt on. Now notice that the power is obviously going way high, so almost 600 watts there. Oh, heat. That's terrible on a day like today, guys. So notice that this is going to spike up to that and balance everything. So far, guys, this is a awesome monster system for us, in my opinion. This is a fantastic. I can't wait to max it out. I cannot wait. As soon as I get all 4 batteries out, I'm gonna dance in circles for 10 minutes for no reason other than just a happy dance. I'm gonna put who sings that song? The Bruno Mars song, I'm happy. I'm literally just gonna dance for no reason. So I'm not gonna put it on a video either. So all right, I guess. All right, so I guess we're still learning what that, if it's charging that or not charging it. Let's see. Guys, it did nothing. It did nothing to these things. Some of the battery cells are a little bit off, like this is 3.45, this is 3.4, 0, 3.43, 3.58. So the battery cells are a little bit off. Maybe it's balancing still. Or maybe it's, you know, voltage sag when it draws from a cell. you know, it drops a little bit. I won't know until I completely like I'm gonna shut off this. This is terrible. I'm gonna turn off the heater, and then I'm gonna put my wonderful port cover back on there, because they all should have this. Every system, take notes, have this, and the Bluetti, I see, the Hobotech flap, and this big guy. I have them. I love the covers. I think it's awesome that they put them back on. I remember, literally, you guys, if you remember that video where I yelled at Pecron and I was like, put the dang covers back on, I like them, and the next thing you know, the covers back on. I'm not saying that they listen to me, but I think I complain enough to where they might be listening to me. So you never know, you know. I'll take the bullet for us, guys. I'll yell at them, and hopefully they'll listen to me. Put the light back on your system, the next system that you have. Make sure you have an emergency light on there. I think it's an essential for an emergency. If you can't see, you can't work, right? Imagine if you were running through the house and you were blind. Not a good idea. So in emergency, if you can see what you're doing, it helps get out of the emergency. Yeah, just, guys, put a light back on your system, please. All right, so I think we're at the end of the day here. Let me turn this down, see what that does. Spikes 126. Let's spike it up. Now notice this 3. Oop, it was on 5. Yep, so it's trickle charging my GoPro still. And then this, let's see if there's any. Oh yep, there's about a 10 or 15 watt difference when you turn that on. It takes a second, there you go, but it does work. So yeah, overall, guys, my first impressions of this system, actually using it and charging. Now it is only 247. I have tons of power still coming in from solar, which I can't use anymore because it's charged through now. So I'm literally wasting my extra power. So what I could do is let's test it. Let's do let's do the E3600LFP. I'll do one other test here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in this system, and we're going to test this thing. Let's see how much power that I'm wasting, because remember, it's only 247, and our solar doesn't go down until about 3 or 4 o'clock. Sometimes a little bit later than that, it just tapers off. But I'm going to charge. Wait, I think I grabbed the wrong one. This is that Oupes one has a very unique plug. So wait, let me get the other one. Okay, this one, and I'm gonna charge the E3600LFP down here. There we go. Okay, guys, I could ramble about this stuff 50 hours a day. There's not even 50 hours in a day. I'll figure out a way to make 50 hours in a day. All right, so that's charging at 1366 watts, as I show you. So that bad boy down there is now charging, almost 1400 watts here. As you can see, it's coming in from here, and then we're going to watch what kind of power I was wasting from solar. Once your systems are full, try to find a way to power dump it to another system. That's what I'm going to use that bad boy for in the RV. We're going to power dump to that, and that way anytime we use the RV, that sucker's ready to go. And then that one too down there. So we got all these plans here. Now notice that we're drawing heavily now. There was in one of these, I think it was this one. Yeah, no, output, this one. Okay, look at that, guys. We're not even halfway to what this bad boy can do. That meter is awesome. That's overkill than what we need. I think the most that we'll ever use is maybe about 2500 watts, and that's if things kick on at the same time. Maybe a little higher than that, but I doubt it. It's still holding 120. Strong as an ox. But pure sine wave, 118 degrees. Obviously, we gave it a workout. We were putting, what was it, 3,000 watts in there? I mean, I'd be hot too if I put 3,000 watts into the system. And that's the inverter temperature, so you can watch everything in real time. But yeah, that's very cool. And now let me see the fans. Okay, I got air sucking in. Yep, and the fans are kicking on. So this system is not even at 50% rated power, guys. Monster upgrade for us, big time. This whole channel, it's growing so fast. And we love having you guys here. We value your time. It's very valuable to us because your time you can't get back. So we try to do everything we can to show what we learned and taught and whatever. We're not teachers. Like I said, we're just amateurs, so we always have fun just rattling about this stuff. I do anyway. Here's your output power for DC. Notice that it doesn't show this. You would think that 3 watts. You know what I could do? I could power dump 100 watts out of there at a later time, because I can't do it now. I don't have a system that's empty, but I'll charge a system at 100 watts to see if we can actually pull 100 watts out of there too. So I have a feeling there's gonna be many videos of this thing. So I am digging this, guys. I'm digging this. Like, look at this. That's nothing, man. I'm charging 1400 watts over there. I'm using extra power to run the shop a little bit behind there, and this is what we're here. This is what we're coming in, guys. How do you go back? Okay, so look at, there's 1100 watts, guys. 1100 watts I was wasting. I was wasting 1100 watts because the system is full. And that's what I mean about power dumping. It's very important. Now I'm also getting, if you look over there, I'm getting 350, 340 and 340. So these are 700 watts, so that's 1800 watts of power I'm getting from the 4 arrays of solar panels. Guys, that's free energy now because I have nowhere to put it. So that's all free energy I would have lost. 1800 watt hours I would have lost in the next hour if it stays, right? Because the system is full. So the neat thing is to be able to power dump or charge. In this instance, we're charging. I haven't figured out a way to power dump fully yet, other than maybe here, but that's a later video if I can balance that all out. Or I could, you know, this bad boy, I mean, there's so many ways to get out of the system on the newer ones compared to the older ones, where you just, you know, you can't get the power in and out the way you want. That's why I like those 100 watt any Audis. I like that. It's 200 watts. I could power dump to another system and then just let it trickle 100 here and 100 there, 100 into 2 systems, and then, you know, you can actually, you know, fill another system. But yeah, I'm getting that's 1800 watts. So that's 100% charge through right into another system. So this could be your main system, so you don't have to unplug your solar and go over there and plug it. That's a pain. I know my good friend Ask Leave, I always pronounce the name wrong, I think. Ask Leave has got a great channel. Go check it out. We enjoy watching his videos too. He's got power stations around his whole house, and he power dumps from one system to another, and that's really time consuming and conversion loss. It's a very high amount of conversion loss unless you get the very similar 24 to 24 or 48 to 48 or 12 to 12. Every time you convert energy, you lose power. So he's losing so much in conversion. If he could only get his hands on something the size of this, he could literally run his entire house off this system at 15,000 watt hours. And I hope and wish that one day he can also get a system like this, or at least this size. It doesn't have to be this system, but just one of this size or even bigger. I hope he gets 100,000 watt hours. But awesome guy. Go check out his channel. Same with Jasonoid, but he's way ahead of me. He's got, like, who knows, hundreds of thousands of watt hours by now. And then Will Prouse has like probably 1 million watt hours by now. So I mean, his whole shop is all batteries and rack systems and server rack. He's got stuff everywhere. He probably trips on stuff to get to other stuff, you know. But we're slowly, you know, getting our 100,000 watt hours of power. That's our goal. I don't know if that's either obtainable or realistic, but imagine having that much power as an emergency backup. The entire block would come to you and say, hey, can I have 10,000 watt hours to get through the day? And you could literally give 10 people 10,000 watt hours. Think of that. You could save the entire block if you had a blackout. Give everybody a power station, or let them bring their Bluetti or Pecron or Oukitel or Oupes or Allpowers or whoever they have, VTOMAN, and bring it down. You charge it up, or your AFERY, and you charge it up and take it back home. You know, you could actually help out your neighbors and friends and be a community again. That's pretty cool. All right, so I guess I'll end it there, guys. I think this is a very, very, very solid first video. Very solid. Charging board's 113, so it actually dropped down. Total power 1085 is coming in. DC input is a DC output. Yeah, that doesn't show up, guys. Every once in a while it'll go 3. I noticed that. and then AC outputs like a 16. We're not even touching it, guys. We're literally not even 50%. So imagine a V8 on the freeway and you're idling at 60. It just wants to go to 100. You know, that's what the engine was made for, to get up and go. All right, guys, I think I'll end it here. I think this is probably another hour video, but I really appreciate you staying with us, guys. You're seeing this in real time. We're down to 26% already, so we're going back up, which I power dumped that to this and now back to that. So but I didn't know how good the solar was going to be all day today. It was probably the best day of solar in a long time. But all right, I'll leave it at that, guys. Ramble on, be safe, and please, I'll see you here again on Ramblin Bob Reviews. Bye, guys.